Hey there. If you're living with gout, you know the feeling, don't you? That constant worry, always looking over your shoulder for the next flare-up. And your diet, well, it can feel like a prison, just a long list of things you can't have. But what if? What if you could take back a little bit of that control? Today, we are going to dive into some really fascinating science that might just change how you see one of the most common foods out there: chicken. Oh, this one hits home, right? You're scanning that menu, your eyes darting around looking for those trigger words, while everyone else at the table is just, excited about dinner. It can feel so isolating. You're not just ordering food, you're trying to navigate a minefield. It's exhausting. Okay, so stick with me here. For years, we've all been told the same thing: stay away from chicken if you don't want to flare. It was just one of the rules. But what if that rule was, well, wrong? New research is suggesting that the problem isn't the chicken itself, it's actually how we've been cooking it. All right, let's get right into it. We're going to do a little myth-busting today. This is all about shifting our mindset away from just eliminating foods and moving towards something so much more powerful: optimization. It's not about what you can't eat, it's about learning how to make the food you love work for you. So this is the big shift. On one side, you have that old rule, the one that created all this fear and anxiety around a perfectly normal food. And on the other side, you have the new science. It's smarter, it's more nuanced, and it tells us that with the right preparation, we can actually make chicken totally safe. So you're probably asking, how on earth is that even possible? Well, I promise you, it's not magic. It's pure science. And it all boils down to what happens inside the chicken when we cook it in a very specific way. Let's break down how this whole transformation really works. Okay, the key phrase here is controlled purine extraction. Now, that sounds super technical, right? But the idea is actually pretty simple. You know purines? They're the things that break down into uric acid in your body. The goal here is to get most of them out of the meat before it ever hits your plate. We're basically using water and temperature to wash them away. So let's look at the numbers. A regular raw chicken breast has about 131 milligrams of purines per 100 grams. Now, that number puts it right in that moderate purine zone, which is exactly why so many doctors say to be careful with it. This is our starting line. And now, check this out. After we use this special preparation method, that number absolutely plummets. We go from 131 milligrams all the way down to just 39. That's not just a small drop. That takes chicken out of the moderate zone and puts it firmly in the low purine, eat this safely category. 70%. Just let that number sink in for a second. We're talking about removing almost 3/4 of the very compounds that caused the problem in the first place. This isn't just a tiny tweak. It fundamentally changes the food you're about to eat. It's a game changer. Okay, the science is incredible, but I know what you're thinking. How do I actually do this in my own kitchen? Well, the best part is, it's a super simple 4-step protocol. Seriously, anyone can do this. Let's walk through it step by step. Here we go. Step 1, a quick rinse under really cold water. This gets rid of a surprising amount of surface purines right off the bat. Step 2, a gentle simmer. Notice I said simmer, not a crazy rolling boil. The temperature here is key. Step 3, just scoop the chicken out. And step 4, well, this one is the most important part of the whole process. You have to, and I mean have to, discard all of that cooking water. Seriously, think of that water as a purine soup. It's where all the stuff you just worked to pull out of the chicken is now floating. So don't even think about using it for a broth or a sauce. Pour it down the drain. This is the step that makes it all work. Now, if you want to take things to the next level, here's a pro tip. It turns out our bodies have their own internal clock. And your kidneys are actually about 35% better at getting rid of uric acid between 10 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. So by timing your optimized chicken meal for lunch, you're literally working with your body to get the best result. Pretty cool, huh? So, does all this actually work in the real world? Oh yeah! A 12-month study in Japan found that people who followed this exact protocol had 43% fewer gout flares than people who just avoided chicken altogether. So this isn't just a theory, it's a proven strategy that makes a real, tangible difference. You know, managing gout is rarely a solo mission. It takes a team. So for all of you out there who are supporting a friend, a partner, or a family member with gout, this next part is for you. Here are a few quick tips on how you can be an amazing part of their support system. This is not about being the food police. It's just about being a teammate. Little things like
Helping prep a batch of chicken for the week can make a huge difference. Even just understanding why they're doing this shows you get it. And, celebrating those good, flare-free days together, that's what it's all about.
So let's zoom out for a second and bring this all home. What we've talked about today really points to a new, much more hopeful way of looking at things. We've busted a huge myth and replaced it with a practical, science-backed plan. This is about taking back control of a piece of your life that gout tried to steal. And really, this is the question I want to leave you with. What if managing gout isn't about a constantly shrinking list of no foods? What if it's about expanding your knowledge, learning new skills, and making more foods work for you? That's a huge shift, right? It puts you back in the driver's seat of your own health story. You now have a brand new tool in your toolbox. The science is solid, the steps are simple, and the results are real. You have the power to use this information to build a better, less fearful, and honestly, a more enjoyable relationship with food. So why not start today?